Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So it's day 4 of the 50K master account with Bulenox, also known as my road to my first payout series. And on the day, I'm pretty decently happy with the results I got from today's trading. And to break down each category, starting with my mentality, I woke up pretty in tune with my emotions and my tunnel vision, just everything felt right. So I pushed my cold shower until after my second trading session and everything still felt great. Strategically, I stuck with my 5 to 20 point moves per trade that I'm looking for, of course, to build that drawdown and to build that cushion, get to that first payout. And that also felt pretty good. But for my 10 to 15 minute allotted time to trade, I actually broke that rule for my second trading session. So for the first one, I did 15 minutes. The second one, I did 35. And I'm at this point where I had a trade idea on the day where I felt pretty bullish based upon the first trading session we had and also based upon my trading view charts. And because I felt bullish, I wanted to see if it will get to my target at the end of the day. So during that second trading session, took 35 minutes in total for everything to really play out. And it did eventually hit my target, but I guess I'm still in this wobbly zone if it's okay for me to break my plan of that 10 to 15 minutes to get to that target, or should I have just cut it short at 15 minutes? And if it hit it, it hit it. And if it didn't, it didn't. But it is what it is, something that I have to battle with myself. So we'll see what happens, if I decide to change my plan with my time to trade or whatnot, but we're just going to keep on rolling. Performance-wise, I'm pretty happy with my 5 green trades. Even with my 2 losing trades, I'm pretty happy with those too, because the first one was a small loss of 3.5 points. The second one was 7.5 points or so. And so there's nothing, crazy. I was still up on the day. And on top of that, the way that those losses happened, it wasn't as if, I let my stop loss completely go to waste. I was just moving it according to what I saw in the chart. So I was happy with those losses. And again, with the green trades, we're up 29 points on NQ. So can't be too upset about that. But let's go ahead and go through the trades breakdown. So based on my trading view idea, my target for the day was R1, which was 856. And we obviously hit it, as you can tell at the top of my screen here. We hit all the way to 856. Now, when I started trading, I did it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I got 3 out of 4 green trades. And then later on, I decided to jump into power hour as our bullish momentum continued. But during this time, during my 4 trades I took, we were in a consolidation area, and we weren't really breaking out anywhere. So as I finally started to trade within a couple of minutes, it was obvious to see the bullish momentum was starting to kick in. So I did take a long here for 8 points, got a nice snag. And as you can see, if you look on the left, we got a similar bounce area. I was thinking we will probably retest this high right here. So at this point, I felt pretty comfortable to just, take a long bias up to that point at least, in the event we do come crashing and burning back to this fair value gap. But anyways, that was the first trade. The second trade, I actually took a loss for 3.5 points. It was a silly loss, but you know what? I keep my losses small on that one, so I'm all for it. And then we were bouncing off the 9 and the 21, and lots of liquidity was stacking to the upside. Top of that, we had a bull flag right here. So as we broke out, I wished I took a long there, but instead I took it at 15.75 in the flag. And I let it break out, obviously, and I took my profit near the highs right here. At the same time, I actually went ahead and re-entered because I was starting to see more bulls were stepping in to break even higher than this previous top section. And I was looking for the run all the way to my 56 target. Now I was starting to have some hesitation. I should have held, but I was getting wary because I was just starting to see a little bit of rejection. And obviously as I entered or exited, it started to consolidate a little bit, but that didn't stop it because it did eventually hit my target of the day at 856. But either way, it was a pretty solid morning New York session. So this is the second trading session during power hour. And for this session, I did about 35 minutes of trading. So my first trade, I took a loss. I was seeing lots of conviction to the bull side to get all the way to 900. I thought we were going to continue the momentum here as, a flag breakout right here. But we actually stopped at 96.75, as you can see on the right-hand side. 96.5, give or take. So then we came back down, we came around here, just a little consolidation. And in my head, I was thinking we might have a double top at 96.5 again. But I wanted to hold my conviction to 900 as liquidity was starting to heavily build. We were having 120 institutional orders and it started to build to 140. And then at this point, it was around 160, which we'll get to in a second. And then from here, we also see we are in obvious bullish, market direction. EMAs didn't cross over either, and we were just moving up and up. So with my overall targets for the week, I had, again, enough conviction to hold all the way through. Then it did hit my stop, which is totally fine, about 7 points. The second trade I entered actually scaled in 2 contracts because, as I mentioned earlier, we were having lots of conviction to just keep on pushing up. So that's why I scaled in 2 contracts. I exited the first one to go and even out the first trade, about, a point less than evening it out. But then for my second trade, where I TP'd at 900.25, it went up even a little bit more than that, actually. It went up to 901.75. Either way, we got rid of that previous loss I just showed you, and we still walked away with a little bit extra green in our pocket. So yeah, so on the day we are up $51,727.16. That's 29 points on NQ. Net P&L at 580 minus the commissions of $34.16. We'll round it to 35. I brought in around $545 on today's trading session, and all done. And that is a wrap of day 4 for the 50K master account with Bulenox. But before you go anywhere, I have a really big announcement. If you didn't see on my other social media or on the YouTube community tab, I recently secured a deal with Bulenox to get us a really solid sale. So the 50K account is only $14.25. The 100K account is only $19.95. No hidden fees, no taxes, just that flat rate. If you guys are interested to sign up, test drive Bulenox, trade alongside with me, I will link it down below with the coupon code so you can secure your monies and your accounts. But as always, I appreciate your time and support. The love that I've received on this series so far has been out of this world. I wish you guys nothing but the best and most success in your trading journey, and I will see you all in day 5.